What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of MetaBroz. I'm Moldy Potion, freshly back from CollectCon. This is my brother, Metacracks.
Still here in Grandma's basement.
He did not leave. I'm trying to get him out to go to Dallas. We're hoping to both show up there for the big tournament and the next CollectCon.
But hey, before we get to the next one, let's talk a little bit about this one.
Yeah.
How did you do? Like win-lose ratio?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you play? Sorry.
I went in with Frost. I went in with the Frog Killer because I was pretty sure that 60% or more of the spellbooks there were going to be Frog. And I think it was right about at 60%. There were 40 players there. The vast majority of people were playing Frog, but it was cool to see that other people were playing other aura types that were kind of working. Some of them not so much. I saw a couple people playing some hybrid decks there. That, as we know, they're not consistent. You know, if you have a good combo or you have a game ender in a hybrid deck, it just is really risky in a tournament setting when you're up against something that's as consistent as Frog or Kets or, you know, Critters. God, Critters.
So when you took your Frost spellbook, what was your first game? Who were you up against?
First game was up against Kets, and I was nervous. I was like, this is one of the spellbooks that I'm hoping Frost handles well, because sometimes it can really handle lightning and lock it down. Other times, like you guys probably know with Kets, by turn 4, you pretty much know, all right, this game's going to be over soon because Dingbells, Kets, all the artifacts, all that stuff. And it was really awesome to lock down and beat Kets with the Frost. And then I played another Kets and once again locked it down and beat it again.
Oh, so a completely different spellbook, another match where you did 2 Ketses in a row?
Yep.
Okay.
I did 2 Ketses in a row. I played a Frogman deck that got me. He beat me, but it was a really close game, and I feel like I could have won that, but it just didn't go my way because, you know, Frost has Burrow, and Burrow really protects you from Frog, and any of my beasties that are in my spellbook can kill Frog in one hit. So and I was playing 5 lightning in a bottles. I'd rebuilt the Frost deck to include 5 lightning in a bottles so that I could drop my Kalupalik or my Amikook and then right away waken it and kill the Frog. And I did, but you know, Frog is not the only challenge in the water deck. This is why water deck's on top, because sure, take the Frog completely out of the deck. You still have Chessies, you still have Wallow Crustacean, you still have Flood the Earth. You know, all of those things just end the game.
Did the reason you lose, was it a Flood the Earth? Was it something? It was.
Yes, it was a Flood the Earth. I had him down at 30 life points. 30 life points.
Serious?
Yep. 30 life points.
He flooded the Earth and took back the game.
He top decked to Flood the Earth and he took the game. Yep. So I was like, oof, okay. And then I played, I think, one more round that I won. I'm trying to remember who that was against.
I thought you said something about a dark deck.
The dark deck I lost to, and the dark deck, props if you're watching this, dude who built the Napa Rebops deck, that was an awesome deck. Now, I feel like I had that game pretty much in the bag, and I think he thought that too, but he had brought out Promo Moth, and then he got a bunch of fear triggers, but he got the fear trigger on Promo Moth to bounce my beastie back. Then he brought out a couple more beasties that triggered fear, bounced a couple. He won every coin flip. This is why I lost the game. So bounced a couple more of mine back. Then when I brought them back out, they were all scared, right? Because Promo Moth inflicts scared on beasties. He won every single scared flip, like every single flip, whether I was flipping or he was flipping, they all went in his favor.
Did you check his coin to see if it was weighted?
We were using different coins, and it was that was painful for me just to be like, all right, well, nothing I can really say about that. You just won like 7 coin flips in your favor. Now I'm basically like 2 or 3 turns behind in terms of my beasties. They've all been taken away, brought back out. It was almost like a wipe. So I lost that game, and that would have been my qualifier for top 8. So I felt like I played really well. I just felt like a couple of the games, things didn't go in my favor. Now, Frog, what can you say? It's just Flood the Earth. Flood the Earth is a game wrecker for so many different types, aura types, beasties, all of it, tokens. It's all gone with Flood the Earth, you know, so are Terra. So yeah, it was really fun though. It was really fun to play with people and be meeting all you guys who are like, I couldn't believe how many people were like, yo, Moldy Potion, and coming over and saying what's up and wanting to play games. And it was awesome, man. It was awesome. And then the second day tournament, I missed. I missed the second day tournament because I wanted to prioritize meeting all the artists and trying to say what's up to Mike and, Texas Ted and the whole MetaZoo crew. I just felt like the first day I spent the entire day in that room grinding games, and that was really, really fun. But that's also what we do here at home. We sit here grinding games. So I was like, I got to meet everybody. I got to say what's up to all these amazing artists.
Yeah, if you're going to make that type of trip, I mean, half of it, of course, is for the competition, but the other half is just the special, environment that everyone's hanging out in and getting to meet everyone and connect with the people that we've seen online and we've been following and all the artists.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad you did that. I think it's cool that you split up the days. And
it was a good call. I could feel it. I could feel it in my gut. Like, even though I was waiting in line for almost as long as I was in the tournament, it was a 4-hour line to get to the artists, and I went through it twice in one day. So I spent 8 hours in that line because I wanted to make sure I met everybody, and it was so worth it. And you got
Chris, your hoodie signed by every single one of the artists that were there. I got
my power hoodie. It's not this one, though. This is a really dope hoodie. I just got one of the original white MetaZoo hoodies, and I've had all the artists working their way around signing it. I brought some apparel markers so it would actually last.
Oh, it looks awesome. I want to frame it like a sports jersey with the team signatures and put it up on the wall.
I still need to get Kelsey. I still need to get Siobhan. I still need to get Pepper. There's a few artists that I'm like, it's not complete
Jojo?
yet.
Is Jojo there?
Jojo wasn't there either. There's Jojo too. Yeah, they kept saying the whole roster of MetaZoo artists, and I was like, bullshit, that's not the whole roster. Yeah.
We know the whole roster.
Yeah.
And it was Victor's last weekend as a MetaZoo artist. Is that right?
Yep, exactly. And he's not going to be at the conventions with MetaZoo in the future. He's going to focus on Senpai Slick and Senpai Slick Studios, and he's got a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipe. I'm really excited for Victor. It was so cool to meet him. And he will be at some future conventions, but I don't know if he's going to be signing MetaZoo stuff, because he's going to have his own booth and his own area and all of his own art and original independent stuff up there. So,
oh, Victor, I'm so happy for you, man. You got us, you were there to stabilize MetaZoo at the beginning and bring us all this amazing art. So I'm stoked that you get to move on and do your own thing.
That's actually, I'm wearing this in honor of Victor.
Is that one of Victor's?
That's his Mothman. Yeah, that's his Nightfall Mothman design. And I love it so much. This is my favorite MetaZoo hoodie they've ever made.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I had to wear it today, as an honor to Victor for wrapping it up. And I just got to say to all the artists, if any of you are watching this, they are all incredible people. Seriously, they are the nicest, warmest, chillest people I've ever met. It doesn't feel at all like you're meeting somebody who's too busy for you. It feels like these people are just so happy to be there and to help MetaZoo grow and the community grow and just hand out the love, I mean, let's see. It was Chris, Seb, Lily, Poncho, Isaac, Michael Peckham. I don't think he made it. Bruns was there. Victor, obviously. Man, there were so many. It was so cool to just go down the line and meet them, although the line was totally insane.
Who's the artist that
Jet,
did?
Jet Yates. Yeah.
Afton?
Afton was there too. That's right. Yeah, Afton was there too with the Baby Grimm artist.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Man, so many incredible artists and such cool people. I look forward to seeing them all again, at the next convention.
That's awesome. I saw Ted this morning, Ted's Basement. He posted a video a picture of his RV that he just got back. Did you catch it on Instagram?
No, I didn't.
So he said he's going to go to Texas, and I believe he's going to roll up with a podcast style RV studio to, hang and do interviews. And I just think that's a great idea, Ted. That's awesome, man. Did you happen to bump into Ted while you were there?
I did bump into Ted. We said what's up to each other. I know we were both in the middle of stuff.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
But it was really cool just to be like, Ted, right? And he was like, oh, shit, Moldy Potion. Yeah, what's up?
Right on.
Yeah.
What about Argos?
Argos I saw a couple times, but we were both really busy. And I know we kind of eye contacted, oh yeah, that's Argos. Same with Hidden Level TCG. It was
okay, yeah.
Hey, what's up? But we just didn't ever actually meet.
Hey man, there's a lot going on. How about the Ninja Turtles?
That was pretty sweet, dude. I did not think I was going to meet the Ninja Turtles. I didn't have the meet and greet ticket or any of that, but I was sitting in the MetaZoo game lounge where all the tournaments and games were being played, and I heard the turtle power like theme.
TURTLE
Yeah,
power.
it was playing it down the hallway, and I saw a guy in a jean jacket like walk by with a boombox, and then I saw all the turtles behind him like just like walking, and the dudes who were playing the turtles even like were emulating their personalities. Like Mike Galangelo was like up front doing like a dance, and Leonardo was kind of behind him, like not quite dancing so much with Donatello, and then Raph was in the back not dancing at all and just like tough guy walking, you know, like doing like the Raph walk. I saw it and I was in there. I was going to play a game with somebody, and then I saw that and was like, I gotta go. And I just like ran out of the room and ran up behind the turtles. And I was the only one in the hallway just like filming the turtles.
Yeah,
they saw me film, and then they're like, "What's up?" And they pointed, and I got a picture with a couple of them. It was really amazing. I'm a huge Turtles fan.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Who isn't? Yeah, that was cool. I saw the images of you meeting them in the hallway.
That was powerful magic right there.
Now, did you even see Vanilla Ice?
I didn't. I know he was there. I know he performed, but that was on the first day, and I was deep in the tournament at that point.
I heard some people trying to get their Jack Frost signed by Vanilla Ice. I don't know if it happened. They went to the Ice Lounge. Did you stop by the Ice Lounge?
No, that was the day before I showed up. I think that happened on Friday. And yeah, I saw that was like a thing that a bunch of people went to. I must have missed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was basically just a room with blue light where people were hanging out playing. And
I think the tables are ice.
Oh,
I think the tables are made out of ice. So people were playing on their play mats on top of ice.
Really? Like actual blocks of ice?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Well, let's see. So you didn't make it to the top 8. No. You won 2, you lost 2?
Yeah. I was really close. If I wouldn't have lost that Dark Napa Rebobs game, I would have been in the top 8. And then the top 8 was all frog and then like 2 critter decks. It was 6 frogs and 2 critter decks, if I remember correctly. Maybe I guess the Rebobs made it up to top 8. So it was Rebobs, 2 fearsomes, and then 5 frogs. And I think I could have taken the frogs, like, or at least had a chance of taking the frogs. I think I would have done pretty well. Rebobs, I think as long as I didn't lose a ton of coin flips, I could have beat. Critters, I was almost 100% sure that as soon as I got matched up against Critters, it was over.
I mean, no offense, and I'm not really suggesting this to whoever the bro was you played with the coin, but was it a standard coin? Was it a MetaZoo coin? Did you flip that coin? Did you ever see that coin land on the opposite side? Because I've heard you did.
Well, it was Fear, which he flipped for heads, and he won all those. Okay. And then it was Scared, which I flipped.
The same coin that he was flipping.
I had my own coin.
No, I'm asking, do you think someone could bring a weighted coin and win all their flips? Do you think? And I'm not suggesting you did, dude. This is just some shit we've been talking about.
Most people roll a dice for the coin flip. Most people do evens head, odds tails, and they roll a 6-sided dice because they feel like that's the best way to do it. I just happened to have my coin there, and I think he was flipping a coin. Maybe he was rolling a dice. I'm trying to remember, to be honest, because in all the games it was different. Somebody would have a dice, somebody would have a coin. All I know is that everything went in his favor. Everything he flipped or rolled went his way. See, everything I flipped or rolled went his way.
That makes me concerned, because like if you go to a casino, especially when you go to Texas and there's like a huge grand prize, not talking at the dude you played, by the way. You beat my brother. I'm happy for you. I'm just saying in general, I would be afraid of someone having weighted dice that always went even or odd, or I'd be afraid of someone having a weighted coin. I mean, it's so basic and old school, and this has such an effect on the MetaZoo gameplay. I think I would want to see a coin hit both sides or a dice roll hit odds and evens before I was actually comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely saw like dice rolls hitting different numbers, but yeah, I don't know if you could weight a dice to always be even but not hit the same number.
Yeah, you can buy them. They're just...
I mean, you could buy them to hit a certain number.
Oh, sorry.
But to always be even, he was hitting different numbers. It was just...
All right, so then, I'm just going to stop talking about cheating.
Yeah, I don't think he was cheating, but I have heard people say that...
No, he wasn't. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, nobody was. But I don't think anybody was, but the coin flips for the MetaZoo coins, I heard a number of players would be in the room that were like, I won't ever flip a MetaZoo coin because it hits tails so often. But then in our games, it's pretty even.
No, it's heads more than anything, for sure. Absolutely, our coins go heads.
Okay. I mean, I feel like they go both ways. I feel like there's a lot of flips that end up being tails as well, especially with the status effects and stuff. We flipped a ton of tails. Tails.
Tails. All right. Well, that was a nice little wrap up of the tournament. Just a little summary. I wanted to hear about it.
It was great. Yeah.
Anything else that we're missing? I know you had some incredible Indian food after the first night.
Yeah, I found a secret level amongst all the commercial food there. I'm not a big fan of fast food. Like, I'll eat it. The only time I'll really eat fast food is when I'm traveling, if I have no other options, and if I'm a certain level of starving, where I'm like, I don't think it matters what I put in my body. I just need to put something in it now because I need the carbs. I just think of fast food like basically like yummy, empty carbs. But I didn't fuck with that too much because I just didn't want to risk it. And I was like, there's got to be something good here. And yeah, I found this little like hidden Indian spot. And then there was another little hidden Ethiopian spot that were both like family owned, totally righteous food. It was killer.
If we go to Texas, I'm really looking forward to hitting up some barbecue with you while we're there.
Oh, yeah. Hell yes.
And I like fast food. I just don't like how I feel after I eat it.
Well, right.
Like,
yeah, sure. I love how Big Mac tastes.
Oh, would you consider Taco Bell fast food?
Oh, of course I consider it fast food. I mean, I like Taco Bell, and I think I don't want to say it's better than others because I can appreciate fast food. Like
McDonald's or Taco Bell, which one are you going to? They're right beside each other.
Probably Taco Bell. Yeah, probably Taco Bell.
Definitely Taco Bell for me.
They're not in my top though. Like if I have my choice, I really enjoy like the smaller chains, like In-N-Out. Awesome. I will always go to In-N-Out. Or I had my first Smash Burger, which was ridiculously awesome. Like I would totally go back to Smash Burger anytime over.
Is it like a Five Guys?
Yeah, it's similar, but it is fast food. Like it comes out, Five Guys, you order your burger, they make it to order. Smash Burger, they're coming out quick, but the burgers are just really high quality in terms of like the setup, and the fries were like, it was like McDonald's fries, but crispy. Ooh. And yeah, it was a hit for sure. I was like, I see why people like this.
Where would you put my personal favorite? Panda Express.
Panda Express. Yeah, Panda Express is up near the top. I love Panda. We both do. We lived for years by splitting Panda's 4 entree plate.
Years, guys. Like, that's what we ate. We went to Panda. We would get the maximum, the large entree plate, and then we would max out the sides. And they would give you a receipt, which if you took home and you filled out a code, like you took a survey and you got the number, they'd give you an additional side for free.
Yep.
We quickly realized that you don't need to actually take the survey. You can just write any 6-digit number on the back. And we started to maximize our Panda purchases.
Yes.
And we would split it and put half in the fridge right away. So we'd actually put it into 4 different meals.
Right.
2 for you, 2 for me.
Right.
We'd eat 1 meal a day. It would be Panda, pretty much. I mean, little snacking on the side.
Yep.
And then the next day we would do the same thing. And then the third day we'd go back and repurchase.
Totally. And but with Panda, it's the only fast food place that I actually have a rule where I will look at, because you can see the food.
Yeah.
I will look at the orange chicken, and if it doesn't look fresh, if it's like near the bottom of the barrel, it's like, no, I'm not eating this today. It's got to be the fresh, juicy, plump orange chicken, and I'm all about it.
We got so serious about it that we used to know the times that the shift changes were occurring, and we would get there at the exact moment that the first orange chicken went out, or the second.
Yeah, or we'd stop in, and if it didn't look good, we'd run errands, and then we'd come back. Yeah.
When's the next orange chicken? They're like, we have it. I'm like, when it's going to be fresh, and okay, in an hour, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with all that out of the way, why don't we jump into these wilderness rares that we have here on the screen? This is from MetaZooHQ. Big shout out. You're definitely going to want to go follow MetaZooHQ, go to their website. We'll link it in the description below.
Yeah, Jody does amazing work. I couldn't believe how many of these he's gotten uploaded. I mean, this is like 130 some of 160 some card set. So you can basically look through almost the whole wilderness set. But I think looking at the rares first is a good place to start to see like what are like the power cards right now.
Yeah, let's go through here. So we got a Bigfoot, a new Bigfoot, 1 per spellbook. Cost would be 5 forest, life points 80. So a little bigger than our other Bigfoot in terms of cost. What is this
That's
bracelet?
regen. That's the new regen. It's like somebody's hand was chopped off and
they're putting it back
out another
on.
one. Yeah.
Okay. Or they're regrowing, regrowing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. And then that's just the forest symbol now.
Yep, and it gets a 50 damage bonus from the forest, which is fat.
That's awesome.
And has tribal boost for Sasquatches.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah. So tribal boost, arena effect. The first beastie Sasquatch you contract each turn costs 1 less aura to contract. If you control at least 8 other awakened non-token beastie Sasquatches, you win the game.
This card blew my fucking mind. When I read this, I was like already sold when I read the tribal boost. I was like, that's all I needed. A Bigfoot with 80 life, a 50 damage attack, a 50 damage terror bonus, and tribal boost. This dude is going to be swinging for so much damage. It's ridiculous. And then you read the arena effect. He makes other beastie Sasquatches cheaper. The first one each turn, not the next beastie Sasquatches you cast. The first one each turn costs 1 less. And then, yeah, if you control at least 8 other awakened non-token beastie Sasquatches, you win the game.
This is so exciting. This is an alternate win condition like Grim.
Yeah, exactly.
They've just given us another way. And I love this. I mean, back in Magic the Gathering, what was it? You could win with Infect. Mm-hmm. And I loved Infect. 20 life points. But if you infect them with 10 infect.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah. No, you could win if you got 10 effect counters. What was the 0 cost? It was one of the pain spells. It was like you could pay life rather than pay the aura cost. Mutagenic growth, I think, or something like that.
I think so. I have my infect deck sitting on the shelf. I could grab it.
Yeah. We all know giant growth, but like I think mutagenic was the one that came out in Phyrexia where you could drop life in order to give your beastie, your creature +2/+2.
Dude, it is so hard to talk about Magic now. Like, you guys have seen me struggle on the show.
I can't do it.
Also off camera, I say aura for mana. I forgot mana, the word mana, the other day. I was like, what? Lands, color, magic. Oh, right. It's not MetaZoo. It's Magic the Gathering. So let's get back to MetaZoo.
Yeah.
Bigfoot moves with its kind in packs and is a gentle beastie of the forest. It can only be seen by others where it chooses to be.
When it chooses to be.
When it chooses to be. Thank you. I'm having trouble reading if you can't. Like the computer screen is so far away and the screen is so small.
And maybe we should consider skipping the flavor text for now because we've got a bunch of cards to get through.
All right, we'll speed it up a little bit. I think I'm still going to read the flavor, but Beastie Chibi Bigfoot, 3 per spellbook, cost 1 forest, life points 5. That is an adorable
Chris
image right there.
Totally killed that.
You can only contract this page if there are shoes within eyesight. Parental Cry is the power. Search your spellbook for a Bigfoot and place it into your chapter. Then shuffle your spellbook. Little Kick, only dealing 10 damage, is the attack. So, all right, so this is one of those. Oh no, this is not a Sasquatch, but
that's
this will allow you to get Sasquatches.
Yeah, or at least a Bigfoot, So Chibi Bigfoot will allow you to get another Bigfoot out of your spellbook. Right now, there's only 2 Bigfoots, I believe, at the moment. I'm wondering if we're going to see a promo Bigfoot, kind of like we saw a promo Jersey Devil, like a different form for the blister packs.
Yeah.
But we don't know that yet. And yeah, so this is a great tutor to get your Bigfoot out, to make sure you can get that Bigfoot we just looked at out into the arena. But it's not going to play into the Sasquatch win con because it's not a Sasquatch.
So I assume as we go down through these rares and then eventually the entire set, which we're not going to do in this video, we're just going to cover the rares. We'll find more Sasquatches because the only one that I know of right now, of course, is Lake Worth Monster, which I believe you're allowed to have 6 per spellbook. So with the 2 Bigfoot and the Lake Worth Monster, that would be the 8 if you got them all out to win the game.
There's also White Thang. You can have 4 White Thangs. Those are Sasquatches and they're neutral
that's
cost.
A great idea.
He'd only cost 1 if you had that Bigfoot out.
I like that a lot.
There's a bunch of Sasquatches and there's a lot in the wilderness set too.
Flavor text. A Bigfoot always cares for their young. If a Chibi Bigfoot were ever to lose its parents, other Bigfoot will quickly adopt the child.
Other big feet, it says.
Other big feet?
Yeah, so plural of Bigfoot is big feet, which I like.
All right, moving on. Cumberland Dragon, Beastie Dragon, 1 per spellbook, contraction cost 2 neutral and 2 forest, life points 80, has flying and
stone skin.
Okay, that's a good stone skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Forest gives an additional Deforest Terra, gives an additional 30 bonus to the attack and 30 bonus to life points. Fourth wall effect. Once per game, an opposing caster may nullify an attack from this beastie by giving you a flower. Okay, once per game. That's kind of like the goblin and the coin token. You get to, essentially smoky spirits them for 1 turn.
Exactly.
And that is only once per game and opposing minute. Yep. Okay. It's just 1 time you can do that.
Yeah.
Protect would be the power. Target another beastie. Whenever an opposing caster targets that beastie next turn, this beastie becomes the target instead, even if this beastie is not a legal target.
Now that is interesting. That is crazy because it doesn't say an attack. It says whenever an opposing caster targets a beastie, which means it could be a spell, it could be a power, it could be an arena effect, a trait, whatever it is. If it involves targeting, the target will be Cumberland Dragon.
And with that stone skin, any damage outside of combat would be reduced to 0.
Exactly.
So it could just be a spell absorber.
Yes, this is going to be a really cool card to play. And because it doesn't have to be a legal target, it can be something like, a beastie who is invisible, or, I'm trying to think of examples of beasties who technically can't be targeted. Like if you use Icy Path, you have to pick a legal target. So if there's a beastie attacking, say a Dingbell's attacking, and I want to Icy Path that into a Ketz, I can't, because Ketz has flight. So that wouldn't be a legal target for Dingbell's attack, because Dingbell couldn't target a Ketz, right? But it doesn't matter whether the dragon is a legal target or not. It's just going to hit it. So what makes me interested in this is like something like Absorb Aura. That would be like destroy target artifact. Oh, target another beastie.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Never mind.
Cool,
You're good.
I see where you're going though.
Yeah.
Dragon Fire Beam would be the attack, normally dealing 50 damage and inflicting 3 burn.
Yep. Pretty great attack. Deals an extra 20 damage to water. That's on top of the 20 damage that Forest already gets. So it's 90 damage to a water page.
That's powerful.
3 burn.
Yep.
And the protect.
And up to 80 standard if you just have the Forest Terra out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big badass beastie. I like it.
And
Interesting.
very caring. I like the protect power. I like the Cumberland Dragon is like a beastie who protects and cares for other beasties. I think that's really rad.
That is adorable. So the flavor text is the evergreen guardian of the wilderness, a curiously optimistic beastie that holds a roaring primal power deep within its heart.
Jet Yates was the artist on that, and she is incredible, dude. Jet's work is so good.
Jet, it actually looks like you could like feel the Cumberland Dragon. Like it looks like it's popping out, like it's got texture. Obviously, it doesn't. It's just another card with hollow, but wow,
yeah,
beautiful art,
really incredible.
Love it. All right, moving on. There we go. And I think I'm going to have you actually, I'll be able to read this one. You're going to take over on the next ones because the print is a little
sounds good to me.
Blurry. Beastie Panther, Mishupeshu. Yeah. Mishupeshu. Mishupeshu, 2 per spell book. Contraction cost 2 neutral, 2 water, life points 50. Has the trap trait and a 1 with a snake around
First strike. It's a 1 with claws across it. So that's first strike.
All right. 1 with claws around it. Then I see a duck. No, it's a river.
That's a river,
right? Okay.
Yeah, the Duck Terra.
I wasn't sure, man. I don't know. Wilderness. And then what's this?
I think that's Lake Terra.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the Lake Terra.
All right. Gets an additional 20 bonus for the River Terra or the Lake Terra to its attack and to its life points. Actually, the Lake Terra, if that is the case, would only give it 10 bonus to the life points. Contraction, bookmark pages until you have at least 4 pages in your chapter. For each page you bookmarked with this effect, deal 10 damage to target beastie. Mm-hmm. You may select a different target each time. Raging Rapids is the attack, normally dealing 30 damage. So 2 per spell book, which means that this is going to be a massive card draw, like a mini New Beginnings. That's actually a beastie with traits, attacks, terra bonuses, and deals direct damage as it draws. Yeah,
so this is going to be a card that encourages aggro water play, like for you to build a spell book where you are burning through your pages. I mean, water decks right now already burn through their pages. They run 5 Smoky Spirits and they run 5 Lightning in a Bottles. Those disappear pretty quick. So being able to bookmark at least 4 pages, bump, back into your hand,
I would like to bounce him back and forth with fear or scared or something that returns him to my chapter so I can continue to empty out my cards, drop him, draw more.
That's definitely an option.
Gorgeous, incredible
Isaac,
art.
dude.
It reminds me of Voltron, bro. Yeah. Like, oh man,
this is so good. I think this is one of Isaac's favorite pieces he did for Wilderness. I feel like I heard him say that. He's walking incredible.
On water. He's actually above, like, and he's got like fish, like scales, or like that, you know, that what is it called? Fins. There we go. That's the word. Some type of like cat finned fish dragon.
Yep. And he gets an additional 20 damage aura attack advantage to lightning pages, which is pretty awesome because water is actually weak against lightning. So to have a beastie who's strong on lightning, what's the damage that he does?
I think it's 30
damage. So yeah, he's going to be dealing 50 base damage to lightning pages. Pretty awesome. That bookmark effect is just going to get ridiculous.
Do you think that these skulls on either side of the Mishupeshu are anything specific?
Oh, I think they are. There's another water page that we're going to look at in a second here that I think one of the skulls might be.
All right, we'll just move on. Oh, wait, hold on. Flavor text real quick. Oh, boy.
It is said that a water beastie's strength and attitude can come from the body of water it originates. Lake Superior is the largest and most untamed lake on Earth, and that is the home of
the Mishupeshu. What is it?
I think it's Mishupeshu.
Mishupeshu. Do you guys remember the Chris Farley skit? Kwape Nipu?
The Japanese game show.
Yes, where he's getting tortured and he gets the word right, even though he's guessing. Makes it to the final round. They hook him up, his balls up to car batteries.
Oh my God,
if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
It's really good. Alec Baldwin gets his finger chopped off.
Yeah. I don't know if it's PC anymore or whatever, but it's still funny. Beastie Fish Rocky. 1 per spellbook, or no, is that a 3? 3
All
per
right,
spellbook. This is where you might take over. So 2, the contraction cost will be 2 neutral, 2 water, life points 70. Gets an additional 20 bonus to the life points if we're going to go with lake is in play. Yeah. Gets an additional 30 if the full moon is in play. 30 to the damage, attack, that is. Arena. This beastie takes 10 less damage from combat. If this beastie's attacks damage a beastie with 3 or less aura cost, you may automatically destroy it. Then the caster who owned that beastie bookmarks 1. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool. So they gave it a kill or destroy effect, but it will give the opposing caster a bookmark. Even so, I think this is a really interesting dude. And the 10 less damage from combat, that may not seem like a big deal, but think about that in terms of tokens. It means that this fish is basically immune to almost every token in the game at this point.
Yeah, and 3 per spellbook, basically with almost like a mini death touch for 3 cost or less. Okay, interesting mechanics. The Rock Lake Monster guards hidden. You need to read this shit. I can't see it.
The Rock Lake Monster guards hidden pyramids deep under Wisconsin water systems. If you hear its hiss, back off. And I love that they mentioned the hidden pyramids because there are American mythology stories about pyramids being at the bottom of the lakes.
Oh yeah, there are. There's like an obelisk that they have pictures of where when the water level was lower, they have people who were playing on this obelisk, like you know, picnicking and swimming out to it and hanging out with the family and jumping off of it.
I think it's Lake Michigan where the obelisk was. Yeah.
Oh, and this is Lake Minnesota?
This is Rock Lake, Wisconsin.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Egypt in America, guys. Definitely an incredible, or Kemet, the ancient society. You know, you guys, you know all about it. Okay, next beastie. A beastie golem. Stone man, 3 per spellbook, 1 neutral, 3 flame, life points.
Earth, 3 earth.
3 earth, thank you. Life points 100. Hold on. Before I just brush over the Egyptian in America thing, if you guys don't know, go look up Thomas Kincaid. In the Grand Canyon, there was this whole thing. Who knows if it's real or not?
Not Thomas Kincaid.
That's the artist. That's not who I wanted to say. And now that I can't remember,
I think it's like JT Brown or something like that.
Just look up
Grand Canyon, Egypt.
Egypt, you'll see all the fun stuff that no one knows if it's real, but we all hope it is. Back to Stone Man. 1 neutral, 3 earth, the contraction cost, life points 100. Forest Terra gives it an additional 20 bonus to the attack. Look at that art, man.
So good. With the little mushroom on his shoulder. I'm just going to pretend that they did that for me because I'm obsessed with mushrooms, but that is so dope. I love it.
Get Rockman, like Mega Man vibes a little bit, just like from that eye and just the basic structure. Who did that art? Chris, man. Killer Chris. Yeah. Okay, so fourth wall effect. If a stone is within eyesight, this beastie has stone skin. Yep. Now that I can see immediately being applicable here.
Oh, for sure.
Unlike the flower, I mean, I don't know if you want to bring a whole fourth wall effect for an entire tournament based off of one beastie.
Yeah, this is a way more playable fourth wall effect.
Arena, if this beastie is awakened, the page directly behind it cannot be targeted by attacks. Whoa, so this is like protection. This is like a wall.
And you can have 3 per spell book, so you could have these areas of the arena where you could potentially have 3 of these stone skin 100 LP fatty golems out, and then have 3 of your beasties who are just protected from attacks, period.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, maybe like an Earth Frogman, so you could keep your Frogman safe with these big walls.
Yeah.
Only 4 to get out and 100 life points? That's reasonable. That's awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then Rock Hurl is the power. Deal 20 damage to target beastie, artifact, or caster?
Yep, you just sling 20 damage wherever you want.
Whoa.
And it'll be 40 against lightning pages.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Stowed Blow is the attack, normally dealing 20 damage. The stone men are the ancient protectors of the wild. They usually don't travel far, but they always travel with purpose.
Nice.
That's like me, how I just basically go from grandma's basement to the family dinner table to watch the movie and then back to,
a life of purpose.
Yes. Gaming, movies, family. There's nothing else.
Okay, this next one is so far one of my favorite art pieces in the set. I have 2 favorites right now. Pink Mess is one, and then the Snipe, we'll get to the Snipe later, is the other one. But oh my God, look at this cute boy.
It's disgustingly cute. Its face is like half melting. It feels like it would be like squishy or soft. I do like the
definitely slippery.
Yeah, slippery. Something about it is like slimy or squishy. I like the green eyes. I don't know whether to trust them or be scared of them. Is this a Kelsey?
No, this is a Jet.
This is a Jet.
Yeah.
Oh, Jet Yates. Excellent work.
I think this was her first original beastie design, and it is so good.
It's adorably scary. That's why I kind of lean towards Kelsey for a second. I like this middle line where something, you feel like you want to pick it up, but you might die if you do. Yeah. So let's see. The contraction cost, well, first, 1 per spellbook. All right. The Pink Mess of Goose Creek Lagoon. Well, that's appropriate. I didn't even see the name there. This is the first time I'm seeing any of these, by the way, guys. I think you may have taken a peek already. But, 1 per spellbook. Contraction cost 1 earth. Life points 80? Whoa.
Yeah, a 1 drop with 80 life points.
Gets 10 bonus if that's maybe a swamp.
That's the swamp.
10 bonus to the attack if the swamp terra is in play. Arena effect, fourth wall effect. This beastie has burrow if swamp is active. No way.
Yep, and then wait till you read this arena effect. This is crazy.
Arena effect. Play with your spellbook face up.
Yes.
When this beastie leaves the arena, flip your spellbook face down. You must still shuffle your spellbook face down.
Keep reading.
If a Terra page is on top of your spellbook, you may contract it as if it were in your chapter.
Yep.
That's like a card draw. Yep. That's like a straight through card draw.
Yeah, so you could basically run a bare bones spellbook that has everything you need and then just has a bunch of Terra. And if Pink Mess hits, you can flip, and then anytime, because you can contract as many Terra as you want in a turn. So you could just be pulling out your Terra pages, filling up the Terra slots, and getting cards out of your spellbook to get to your other cards. This is a really tech little dude.
Super high tech. If you plan around that and you just want to fly through and get to the heart of your spellbook, wow. Okay. I mean, just the 1 drop 80 life points with burrow is nuts. That arena effect is even more insane. This odd amphibian is both curious and cautious. It can move around the ground like water when it needs to get away. Oh, so It can like dive into the earth. Like,
that's the burrow. Yep.
That's cool.
Totally.
That's probably why it's a mess, because it's all covered in dirt and mud and all that.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next.
This one is a big deal.
Now, we saw this one like a month ago. This was one of the first spoiled cards. The Beastie Dragon of Akanto Falls. 3 per spellbook. Where's Akanto Falls? Do you know?
Scroll down. It'll tell you. I think it's New York. It will. Wisconsin. Contraction cost 4 life points 55. Has flying. Has unblockable. Nope. That's magic proof, I believe.
Has magic proof. All right.
I think. I don't know. I don't know what all of these traits mean yet, but I'm trying to interpret them.
Well, the last time we saw a shield, it was unblockable.
Right.
Right or no? Oh, shield and magic proof are very similar.
Yeah.
Because the magic proof is definitely a shield, right?
Yeah. And this, it kind of looks like the shield is blocking.
Getting blasted with stars.
Yeah. So I'm going to think this is magic proof.
Let's go with magic proof there. And then, of course, fleet.
Yep. That's our fleet.
All right. Okay.
And that right there is badass. Flight, magic proof, and fleet on one beastie that you can have 3 in a spell book. Like, that is a nasty combination. So it's going to be hard to target it with attacks because of flight. It's going to be hard to target it with spells because of magic proof, and it's going to come out awakened, and it deals some real damage.
Okay, so it gets an additional 20 bonus to the attack if the Star Terra or the Daytime Terra is in play, and Rainbow Ray is the standard attack, normally dealing 40 damage with 3 burn, but if you get that star and the daytime, that's up to 80 damage on a 4-drop 55 life point fleeting magiproof flying.
This thing is an amazing mid-range beastie for the light aura type. I mean, wow, I'm very impressed with this, and I love the art. Isaac, background is crazy. I can't wait to see more hollow versions of Akanto.
This is where I start tasting like gushers and like fruit snacks. Like I can feel the flavors. Yes, incredible.
You can taste the rainbow,
Isaac. Yeah, that's right. And I love that he's just pure white with all that color. It's so clean.
Yeah.
The flavor text: the Dragon of Akanto Falls, reflective. Is that what that says?
Yep, reflective scales.
Oh, thank you. Reflective scales shine so brightly that it envelopes the beastie in a prismatic protective aura.
Pretty cool.
That definitely magic proof.
Pretty cool, yeah.
All right, next card. Beastie Bear. Golden Bear. 4 per spellbook. Contraction cost 1 neutral, 2 light. Life points 45. Has the wall trait, so it will have defender trait. Excuse me, thank you. It is a wall. That's what it looks like, the image, but it's defender, which means it has double the life points temporarily when it is not your turn. Gets an additional bonus of 20 to the attack if the Forest Terra is in play. Gets an additional bonus of 20 life points if the Daytime Terra is in play. At the end of your turn, if this beastie took damage this turn, it recovers 20 LP.
Pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, like kind of a regen, but not really. Something a little different, more powerful.
Make it a little bit harder to kill. You know, if the opponent's really trying to deal that 90 damage to kill the bear when the turn flips back to you, you know, or the 45 damage, now it has to be 65.
Yep. They got to really focus if they want to remove it. Golden Claw is the attack, normally dealing 20 damage. If you control 10 or more light pages, this attack does 50 plus more damage. Now that is something. A 3-drop that if you combine them with, I don't know, some, lightning elemental stained glass tokens, sure to drop those out immediately and get that additional 50, hitting for 70.
I can't believe you just said lightning elemental again.
Did I?
Yeah. We're just going to move on.
Oh, yeah. Stained glass window.
Stained glass tokens.
Light elemental. You just got to get rid of the ning. Yeah, you just got to stop saying the ing. Okay. So actually, this beastie can hit for a total of 90 damage, 3-drop if all goes well. Okay, cool.
Pretty rad.
Gorgeous hollow scan on that.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it has a lot to do with the light and the angle, but wow. And probably because the bear is yellow and then the hollow is gold.
Yeah, with that bear, one of the things I was thinking about is like you could use Witch's Lightning. And you could, because Witch's Lightning allows you to target 3 beasties. It deals them all 20 damage, right? It also gives them all first strike. So you could use Witch's Lightning on that bear to give him first strike. He'd recover the damage at the end of turn, or you could even use it to wake him up if he were asleep. You know, you could deal that bear damage to wake him up and know, well, he's just going to recover it at the end of turn.
That's a good point.
And it's pretty cool.
Beastie Alien, Pascagoula. Pascagoula?
I think so. Pascagoula.
River Aliens. 3 per spellbook. Contraction cost 1 neutral. 2 light. Life point 70.
Cosmic. 2 cosmic.
Thank you. Life point 70. Gets an additional 25 bonus to the attack and 25 to the life if the River Terra is in play. Arena. Fourth wall effect, excuse me. If River is active, this beastie's attack deals plus 20 damage to water pages. Contraction. You may inflict target beastie with scared.
Yep.
Or would that be fear?
That's scared.
Okay. Abduct is the attack, normally dealing 25 damage. So why is he cool? Because he's the first one that I'm like, nah.
Well, for part of this, you got to consider some of the other cosmic pages that they've spoiled.
Okay.
There's a cosmic page coming that it's a 1-drop. You can have, I think, like 6 of them or a bunch of them per spellbook. And if you've cast another cosmic page before you contract that, you get 2 cosmic aura for free, just for the contract, which means that with cosmic, they're trying to speed up the drop and make it, instead of convert, it's like you just instantly get that aura. And so you could bring this dude out, and you cannot overlook the power of scared. Scared is ridiculous. It's why I lost in the tournament, because Promo Moth scared my beasties, and then he won all the flips on scared. And now you're not always going to win those flips, but scared is really powerful. So having these guys sprinkled within your spellbook, and with the 3 aura cost, you could potentially be doing the cosmic warp to pop your space penguins back out. There's a lot of tech that could be played with this card, but it's not going to be a big swinger. You know?
Yeah. No, I see what you mean. And we've talked, and I'm sure many people are also doing the same thing. Cosmic has a lot of potential. It hasn't been really figured out yet, but as we get more pages, just the space penguins alone are such a unique mechanic. They deal 50 damage every time you contract them into the arena. So to be able to cycle those either back into your chapter, can you scare your own? You may inflict target beastie. So that would be a way to get the space penguins back into your own hand.
Right.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Or your water beastie you were talking about. You could, Yep.
The river aliens can alter their physical appearance to help those they abduct remain calm during examination. Yeah. I'd be pretty terrified if that's what I saw. Shout out to Bruins for the artwork.
Yeah, it's awesome. It reminds me of Earthbound.
Dude, it does remind me of Earthbound. That's why I like it.
Earthbound's the best soundtrack ever.
I want to go play it right now.
Yeah.
And I love the background. I love this like clean, green, placid lake that is just walking across.
That'll look really cool in hollow. And also, fun fact, apparently Mirage, if you guys follow Mirage MetaZoo, his distant cousin was abducted by that alien.
Stop.
Yeah. His distant cousin is like one of the Pascagoula abductees. Yeah. What? I was like, can you interview him? He's like, he's very old. I was like, that doesn't negate my question. Can you interview him?
Please, Mirage. Huge shout out to Mirage. May need to DM you just so we can get the details.
Yeah.
Would love to know anything. We geek out on this stuff. You know, this is why we fell in love with MetaZoo. Obviously, we've been playing Magic for years, so it was like a natural progression into a new card game. But really, we are super fans of ancient history, forgotten alternate lore, beasties, cryptids, UFOs, aliens. Yes. So
Hollow Earth.
Would love. Yeah. Oh man.
Hollow Moon.
Love to hear all of it. All right. Moving on.
You're about to get your mind blown on this one, dude.
Well, first of all, that art is fucking incredible. Who did this art? Do you have a guess?
Oh, I know who it is.
I don't know. It's too good. It's
Poncho.
That's why.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah. If I'm telling myself it's too good to be true, it's Poncho.
Yeah,
because that's what Poncho is.
The most dangerous looking beasties. So
Poncho, you're dangerous, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Incredible. Of course I should know it's Poncho because everything that Poncho draws, if I saw it, I would run.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a superhero, demon, monster, beastie, beautiful, cryptid creature who could just shred me. Every pose is so dynamic. It's like he draws beasties like they were gods, like on fresco ceilings. Like it's just so big and bold. Every single one could be the cover of a comic book. Calming down. Beastie. Awful. 1 per spellbook. Contraction cost 6 dark. Man, that is reminiscent of the magic demons that I used to love so much. Life points 135. Has flying. Makes sense. Has wings. Gets an additional 25 bonus. 35 bonus to the attack if
dusk.
Because the sun is going down with the arrow. If the Dust Terra is in play, or if the Nighttime Terra.
So you're talking a 70 damage bonus, potentially, from its Terra.
Okay, contraction, you may destroy target beastie. This effect cannot be prevented. If you do, place this beastie into your afterlife. All right, so it's an alternate death beam for 6 if you need it.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, have always loved those cards. So I can bring out a monster and it gets to swinging, or if I'm unable to keep up with you, I can at least remove whatever you have.
Right.
And then get back to business. All right. Yep. Arena. This beastie cannot be affected by fear or scared.
Yep. And then that attack, man.
Eviscerate.
Eviscerate, yeah.
My brain didn't know what that word was. Eviscerate.
Well, you know, one of us has glasses on and one of us doesn't. Yes. I think it's funny the one who doesn't have glasses is the one reading all the cards, because it's like...
Well, yeah. Whatever. We're almost through. I can see most of them. Just some of them are really challenging. Eviscerate. And I think squinting is good for you. We've talked about that. Like, not a lot of people squeeze the back of their head. You know what I mean? You guys do that? I'm constantly squeezing the back of my head. Still can't see, though. Anyway. Eviscerate deals 50 damage and inflicts scared.
So we're talking a beastie with 135 life points and 120 damage attack if you get the Terra out. That's the biggest dark beastie we've seen. I mean, that's bigger than Mothman.
Appropriate drawing. Look at the sky.
Yeah. I think it's Lovecraft. I think this is a Lovecraft lore creature.
Well, powerful poncho.
It is.
Often speculated to be a caster himself. H.P. Lovecraft once traveled to Vermont to investigate this terror known as the Awful.
Yeah, man.
Incredible.
Definitely going to be dropping one of those into my dark spell book. And unlike Grimm, you can totally use artifacts to get that dude out.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, next up, Beastie Dragon, Iowa. Dragon, 3 per spellbook, contraction cost 1 neutral, 3 flame, life point 65, has flying, as all dragons should have. Looking at you, Gassy.
He's a chicken, he's not a dragon.
Chickens are dragons. Dragons are chickens. They're all dinosaurs in the end. Gets an additional 20 bonus if the Desert Terra is in play, to the attack that is, and an additional 15 to the attack if the Rock Terra?
I think that's ground.
Terra. Yeah, there's no Rock Terra. Contraction. Deal 25 damage to target opposing caster. Inflict that caster and their beasties with 2 burn. Hold on.
Bye-bye Gumbaroos.
This is a 4-drop, 3 per spellbook. Better than Bubbling Brew.
Oh yeah, this is gonna wipe Gumbaroos like off the map.
This is incredible.
That's why I was telling you before we started this, I think that the archetypes that are going to rise to the top here are going to be Forest, Flame, and maybe Dark. But Flame has this dragon right now, and this is going to shut down critters. I mean, you could still get away with Roperites, but they're going to be getting burned constantly, and they're going to be getting extra damage dealt. And let's just continue with the attack. The attack's insane.
Incinerate is the attack, normally dealing 50 damage and inflicting 3 burn. If the primary defender this combat already has a burn indicator, increase the primary defender's burn indicator counters by 2. It didn't say indicator. It said increase the primary defender's burn counters by 2. Okay, so up until this point, for the most part, you couldn't add to a beastie that was already burned. You had to wait for them to count down through the turns until they were no longer burned, and then you could essentially re-burn them. But this is stacking and adding, similar to how, who is it? Is it Jack Frost or is it Tezzerek who allows you to add more frost counters?
That's Chinu, actually.
That's Chinu. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Very cool. I like the low cost of this.
Yeah, I mean, you could play Headless Coal Miners and Iowa Dragon and already right there have a nasty flame deck. Throw some Fufalettes in to keep yourself safe. I mean,
imagine having it with the Desert Terra and the Earth Terra. So you'd have an additional 35. So it's swinging for 85. It's dealing 25 damage to the caster. It's preventing a bunch of beasties, especially the small ones, from attacking for at least a turn with the 2 burn.
Right.
And then you're inflicting and increasing if you do hit the burn counters by 2 on the primary defender.
Yeah.
Wow.
Flame is not fucking around in Wilderness. There's cards that we'll get to when we do the uncommon and the common review that are just wild. Like you start to look at it and you're like, oh my God, Flame is coming for you.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Chris Campman. Love it, dude. Awesome. Yeah, I like that he's just
cool.
kind of like floating in the air. It's almost like he's not using his wings. He's just kind of hanging. All right. Next up, how many more do we have to go here? We're at, are we over an hour? We're getting close. All right, we'll try to speed up these last ones. How many more do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh my God, we've been taking too long.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's why I was like, we shouldn't do flavor text in the beginning.
Yeah, I don't think the flavor text is slowing us down as much as us just talking and getting excited about these cards. So we covered, okay, we'll just keep going. Old Man Winter, Beastie Elemental, 2 per spellbook, contraction cost 4, frost, life points 50, gets an additional 50 bonus to the attack if the Winter Terra or the Snowing Terra is in play. So that'd be 100 damage total if both were. Fourth wall effect if Snowing is active. If Winter is active, man, they look a lot alike. If Winter is active, this page costs 3 frost aura to contract. Okay. Arena, beasties that are frozen are dealt 20 more damage from frost pages.
Yeah, this is insane. This is insane.
Winter Touch is the attack, normally dealing 50 and inflicting 3 frozen, but could be 150.
And you get 2 per spell book.
Wow. That is extraordinary art.
Yeah. This, I mean, Frost decks are coming too. Like Jack Frost has been the scariest Frost beastie. Now we've got Old Man Winter. You can have 2 per spell book. Man, this is going to be really fun. And beasties that are frozen are dealt 20 more damage from frost pages. Man.
Michael Peckham, shout out, man. That is just beautiful awesome piece. Art. Yeah, absolutely. Known by many names in many different languages, this beastie has claimed many lives over many years. The cold is not fickle. All right. Woolly Mammoth, beastie, 5 per spellbook, contraction cost, 2 neutral, 2 frost, life point 60, has the defender trait, gets an additional 40 bonus to the attack if Winter Terra is in play. If you are wearing fur, this beastie gains plus 20 life points. Arena, all damage done to this beastie is reduced by 10. Tusk Toss normally deals 40 damage, but you could be dealing up to 80 for a 4 cost 60 life point, 5 per spellbook Woolly Mammoth.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's like not, it's not crazy. I wouldn't say that's going to be a game ender, but I do think with the right frost cards, that could just be kind of a mid-range beast who holds down the arena, can't really be damaged by tokens. All the damage he takes is reduced. He's got double damage on the turn. Old Man Frost is going to pump up his damage. Like it just keeps kind of, okay, if you put it together right, this dude could really play a good role.
Once a thought long lost, the Woolly Mammoth resurfaced in 1589. For something so big, they have an uncanny ability to disappear into snowstorms to avoid modern hunters. Yeah, when are we going to have that Woolly Mammoth, I know it's not CRISPR, but I heard that they took the genetics from a Woolly Mammoth and they were doing a Jurassic Park many years ago. Did that ever happen? Did we ever see the Woolly Mammoth?
They were saying that they were going to do that. I think maybe they
did, and then they just kept it quiet, and some dude's got a bunch of Woolly Mammoth on an island somewhere. All
right, here's my favorite art piece from the whole set so far. This thing's so cute.
1 per spellbook. Snipe. Contraction cost 5 lightning, life point 60, has flying, has double flash.
Yep.
Which is when it's contracted, you can target a beastie, and then that beastie cannot attack for the next turn.
You flip a coin, right? And if you get heads, the beastie can't attack for the next turn.
So it'll either be targeting 2 beasties, or it'll target a beastie one after the other to give it a better chance. Do you think that's right?
I think you could. There's nothing saying you can't target the same beastie with both. You'd probably have to pick the target before you flip the trait, because they're simultaneous. They don't it's not like one flash resolves and then the next one resolves. They both are supposed to happen at the same time. So you probably have to target.
Okay.
But hey, if there was one beastie you were really concerned with, you could just be like, I'm going to use,
Or there's only one beastie in the arena.
Right.
All right. Gets an additional 15 bonus to the attack if the...
Lightning storm.
And...
Raining.
Okay. All right. Press the Hunt is the power. Search your spellbook for a beastie and place it into the arena. Fatigue. Shuffle this beastie into your spellbook.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Tutor for any beastie.
Now, that's a huge contraction cost in order to get to the beastie you want. But again, this is like the demon. It just gives you more options. And I like that.
It also swings for 100 damage.
And it also swings for 100 damage. And 2 paralyze or 2 burn?
Burn.
Right. Paralyze is only a counter that you can't have more than 1 paralyze. So obviously burn. We got to get rid of these hands, guys. We don't need the hands.
I think they're a bit clearer. I think they're a bit clearer now. But yeah.
Yeah, if you can see. Maybe it's just my eyes.
Yeah, it helps when you can see.
Yeah, it helps when you can see. Incredible art. Amazing.
Yep. That's a Kelsey.
Adorable. Mm-hmm. Yes, of course it is.
I can't get over it.
Too cute.
Yeah.
What is it holding? Can you see? Is it holding something?
I think
what are these little?
It has it has these little, like, I wouldn't call them. Well, it has, legs. It's a bird, so it has legs, but I don't know what the little, like, protuberances are.
Yeah,
but it does have a leaf over its head that's like it's trying to protect it from maybe the rain or something.
Okay. Yep. Man, that dry lightning hitting for 100. Whoa.
Yeah.
5 costs hitting for 100.
Or just tutor for any beastie you want.
Okay. Moving on to the next page, trying to get through these all in one video. We will see. Beastie Bird, Big Bird. 1 per spellbook, contraction cost 7, neutral. I like that. Life points 90, has flying, has fleet. I like that. Gets an additional 30 bonus to the attack if the daytime or desert terra is in play. This beastie costs 5, neutral to contract. If you own a bird, you think that could be a fourth wall effect, like a real applicable competitive?
I doubt it because that's personal info. Maybe they'll change it, but yeah, I think if you own a bird is pretty particular wording.
Well, he's a bird and I own him, so maybe that'll count. Maybe. Of course, then again, that didn't work with the mosquitoes. They weren't able to give themselves the bonus because they didn't let mosquito be a competitive fourth wall effect at the moment. Contract, destroy another target beastie with flying. Amazing.
Yep.
Incredible. So if the terror is in your play, you've got a 90 fleeting flying big bird with 90 life points, 90 attack. And it can get rid of another flyer. I like it. Once mistaken for a pterodactyl, this big bird swoops down upon unsuspecting prey to terrorize them. Oh, and that's a Kelsey also. I got to go back in.
She must be their bird specialist because Snipe's a bird too.
Dude, look at the watercolor. Look at the background. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, it's so good.
Amazing. All right, next up, Beastie Cat, Wampus Cat, 2 per spellbook, contraction cost 3, life points 50, gets an additional 20 bonus to the attack if the forest or farm terra is in play. Fourth wall effect, this beastie costs 1 neutral to contract if you have fed a cat today. You think that's going to be a fourth wall effect? No.
Yeah.
Arena, when this beastie destroys another beastie in combat, this beastie recovers 10 life points. Okay. I like that. Kind of like a little lifelink, a mini lifelink. Culling Sheep normally deals 30 damage. Once per turn, if this attack destroys a token beastie, awaken this beastie after combat.
Yeah. So it's a token specialist because you're going to recover life.
Gobble.
Yep. And it's only once per turn that you get to do that. But still, you could get 2 attacks out of it and you could recover potentially 20 life if you were up against tokens.
Yeah. A mini bloodsucker is what I meant to say. Lifelink bloodsucker, pretty much the same thing. Beastie Black Dog, 6 per spellbook, contraction cost 1 spirit, life points 40, gets an additional 25 bonus to the attack if the forest terra is in play. Contraction, target beastie may not be declared as a defender this turn.
Love it.
Yeah. How many per spellbook again? 6. Excellent. Wonderful. Black Bite does 25 damage normally and inflicts scared. If this attack damaged a caster, you may place one of their beasties from their limbo into their afterlife. Interesting. I feel like that's going to be tech against something. I can't think of it right now, but I like it. Just all these little bonus effects. Man, MetaZoo is amazing with the modifiers and the mechanics. It's wonderful.
This, I think, is probably going to be one of the biggest cards in the set in terms of like playability, value, collectability.
All right. Germinate is a spell. You can have 3 per spellbook. Contraction cost 1. Forest. Bookmark 1. The next page you contract this turn costs 1 less aura to a minimum of 1 if that page was a beastie with a forest bonus. All right. Already love that we basically have 3 mini bookmarks so you can get to those cards you really want faster. Absolutely. We'll be playing this. Of course I will.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a no-brainer.
It's a spell book thinner. It's just going to get you to the pages that really count. But then the next page you contract this turn costs 1 less aura to a minimum of 1 if that page was a beastie with a forest terra bonus. Yeah. So I'm a little confused with the last part of the sentence. Are you what is the forest terra bonus? How are you saying it doesn't apply unless the beastie has a forest terra bonus?
Yeah.
That sentence should definitely start with that, in my opinion. The next page you contract this turn costs 1 less aura to a minimum of 1 if that page was a beastie with a forest terra bonus. I think it should probably say if, well, whatever.
I think it makes
sense. I'm not going to micromanage you guys.
I know exactly what it means.
My words in my mind all the time.
I know exactly what it means. I don't think it's even that confusing. The next page is 1 less if it's a beastie with a forest bonus.
Okay.
And think about that. That could stack up. If you had 3 Germinates in your hand and you were trying to cast a Bigfoot who costs 4, you could bookmark all 3, get 3 bookmarks into your hand, and then contract that Bigfoot for 1.
So if you don't have a beastie with a forest terra bonus, it just lets you bookmark 1.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Right. Which is still worth it.
It said that Johnny Appleseed was one of the first beasties to ever germinate the Cryptid Nation.
Looking forward to seeing Johnny Appleseed card.
Oh, yeah, right. I wonder if that's in Wilderness. Spell, Hateful Demise, 4 per spell, but contraction cost 2 dark, reminiscent of the death beam there,
it's our new beam.
Except with red. You cannot put this page into a spellbook that contains dark spells of 3 or higher aura cost. This page cannot be prevented. Love it. Destroy target beastie with at least 2 traits or that has magi proof.
Yep.
This spell ignores magi proof.
This is insane.
Frogman Killer has arrived.
Yep. The Frogman Killer for dark. You won't be able to play it in a spellbook that has death beams. You won't be able to play it in a spellbook that has any of the Mothmen at this point. So this is very interesting. I'm excited to see where this goes. Maybe we'll actually see Chupacabra decks making an influence, or, you know, Cabbage Tunnel monster decks starting to matter, because that right there is crazy and it can't be prevented.
Beautiful. Love it. They're stepping up the mechanics. Spell, Seafood Barbecue, 5 per spellbook, contraction cost 1 neutral, 3 flame. Now that looks like the octopus, the Oklahoma octopus, doesn't it?
And the Wallowa Lake crustacean.
And the Wallowa Lake crustacean.
And I think that's even Rocky as well, getting cooked up there.
Oh no, what is this? Destroy target beastie, fish, crab, or octopus. Then you recover 50 LP. Search your spellbook for a flame spell and place it into your chapter. Well, that's going to be great for Gassy, although it costs 4. You can have 5 though. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, of course. If you're going to know that you're walking into a tournament, they're setting this up. They're doing exactly what they said they would, which is rather than ban cards, they would provide answers for cards in future sets.
Exactly.
So now they've completely changed the meta by giving us something to take out the water pages that have been dominating.
And because you can have 5 per spell book, if you're really up against, you know, if there's a bunch of crabs out there, you could just destroy one, or you could search for another one of those, get another in your hand. Like, I really like the options that you can have with that spell. I think it's a good one.
Okay, what do you think? We're over an hour. We have 12 left. We've gone through about that. Should we split the video in 2 and cover the rest in a separate video? We've done way more than 12, actually. We are well over. Or should we just keep going? And
I think we could call it at a part 1. We've gone through quite a bunch, but we did miss one. So scroll up.
I want to. Go ahead. Yeah,
I want to cover Rose, the caster, who we totally blew right by.
How? Yeah. Where? What?
Keep going. There you go.
Oh, we missed this whole line.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Beastie caster Rose Robinson, 1 per spellbook, contraction cost 1 neutral, 3 forest, life points 50, has the fleet trait and has the
convert.
Okay. Convert.
You have such a problem with these trait symbols, don't you? I hear you like laugh or giggle to yourself.
Definitely.
Like, I can see what it means.
Because it's all like Rorschach, like inkblot test to me. And at least with my vision, it all looks just like a blob. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to be doing this a lot, which is okay. I do that a lot. Like I said, I think squinting's great for you. Not really, but I kind of do.
He's trying to justify it, guys.
Gets an additional 30 bonus to the attack if the Forest Terra is in play. Contract. Look at the top 2 pages of your spellbook. You may switch the order of these pages. Well, that's convenient, but only can happen once on contraction. Research. Reveal the top pages of your spellbook. If the revealed page is a beastie, place that page in your chapter.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Absolutely. Nature's Kiss is the attack, normally dealing 20 damage and 3 poison, up to 50 with the Forest Terra.
I like her.
Yeah, high-tech card.
A lot. Yeah.
Rose has a magical affinity with the wild and seeks to harness its natural energy to ensure she never loses a loved one again. Oh, that's some foreshadowing.
Oh, man.
Shit. I don't know if I wanted to see that.
Who did Rose lose?
Beastie, fearsome critter, probably Adam, I'm guessing. I don't know. I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I don't. I haven't read ahead, guys. I'm just throwing that out there. We'll be reading the final page of the illustrated novel this week, actually, and we're going to get to chapter 2. So the Beastie, fearsome critter. That's as fast can be. You'll never catch me. Do you remember that shit? Fast as fast can be. You'll never catch me.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know who it is.
It would be not home. Oh shit! It's like America's Funniest Videos. There we go. With Joey from Full House. They used to have this America's Funniest Home Video that they made in house. It was after the Savage. Goddamn, I'm messing this up.
Do you know what it is?
Bob Savage, right?
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. There we go. He used to do America's Funniest Home Videos, and then America's Funniest People were on after that on a Friday night. And America's Funniest People, which was hosted by Uncle, I think his name was Joey on Full House, right? Because there was Uncle Jesse. John Stamos, and then Uncle Joey. And they used to have the Jackalope was one of their like in-house funniest videos, and he would run around saying, "Fast as fast can be, you'll never catch me."
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, you wonder why these videos take so long.
Now you guys know.
There it is. So 8 per spellbook, contraction cost 1, Forest, life points 20, has the trap trait, gets an additional bloodsucker trait. Gets an additional 10 bonus to the attack if it is
Lightning Storm.
All right. And an additional 10 bonus if it is the Forest Terra in play. This page cannot declare attacks if a drink is within eyesight. Well, that could very well be a fourth wall effect. I see this being pretty much nullified immediately.
Frogman requires water to use its charm spell. So
totally. Yeah. Arena, beasties you control cannot be damaged by effects that damage multiple beasties. Well, no, that's cool. Even if they can't attack, I like that a lot. A little bit of protection.
Totally.
Mini Gore is the attack, normally dealing 10. This attack deals plus 10 damage for every opposing beastie in the arena. So that's why they don't want you attacking. Yeah, that's a bit of an overpowered card in a way. I see where they've put some ability to prevent it with the water.
Yeah, they're trying to slow it down a little bit, but it could still block. It could totally still block, and that would be a nasty 1-drop blocker for sure.
Yes, it would. All right, Beastie Humanoid, green clawed monster, 1 per spellbook, contraction cost 2 neutral, 3 water, life points 30, has the trap trait.
Yep.
Yes. Gets an additional 20 bonus to the attack and life points if the River Terra is in play. Fourth wall effect. This page costs no aura to contract if you swam today. I don't think you'll be able to do that.
Nah.
Contraction, you may automatically inflict paralyze on target beastie. Okay, cool.
And because it says automatically inflict, they mean like how they used to say you can assume the coin flip would automatically be heads. Yeah, I think this is way better wording. You can automatically inflict paralyze on target beastie.
It is. Drowning is the attack, normally dealing 20. Bookmark 1 page. Bookmark 1. Place this page into your chapter after combat resolves.
Right.
Oh, so you can continue to paralyze. Okay, definitely
pretty
like that.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Afton, incredible.
Yeah.
Like right from our childhood. Do you remember the Mystery Science Theater that we used to watch?
Oh yeah, no, there's a movie that this thing like is from.
Well, it's Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's what it is.
There you go.
And the misplaced music cue when he's just swimming in the water, and they're like, "Boom!"
Yeah,
and he just, there's nothing even happening.
Right.
Oh, yes. Okay. We're going to go down here. We're going to do the last few before we get to the sigils, and then we'll call it quits.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Because that way we've covered
I think we did it. I think we're at the... Oh, no, we've got a couple.
One more line, and then we're going to wrap it, guys, because videos over an hour take over a day to upload, and if anything goes wrong, which twice the power shut off this weekend, which is why you guys missed 2 days without videos, it's just... living in Montana, slow internet.
Not much we can do about it.
Electricity isn't consistent. Well, it is, but we just get power outages. Who doesn't? Spell Turbo Charge, 2 per spell book. Contraction cost 4. Lightning. Love the beefy ding bells. That's adorable. I like it a lot. All beasties you control are considered lightning type pages. Gain first strike and deal an additional +10 damage on their attacks until the end of turn. You just made Dingbell even stronger.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. They made Dingbell even stronger.
So dumb. I love it. Artifact Fountain of Youth. 1 per spellbook. Contraction cost 1 neutral, 2 light, life points 75.
Amazing
Absolutely
art.
Unbelievable art. Who did this?
Afton did this one. I think she said this is her favorite of her art pieces.
Man, I just want to
so beautiful.
Be there. Like, I just feel good looking at it. Yeah. Incredible. The fourth wall arena. At the end of each turn, target caster recovers 100 life points minus their age. I don't think that's happening, is it?
I don't think so. Now, I wonder, because they do have us put our birth date on the deck lists and stuff, which I think is interesting. But right now, age is a non-item. So unless they change that, you would just ignore that fourth wall arena effect.
Entirely?
And you would move right to rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation is the power. Target beastie or caster recovers 75 LP and has all status effects removed.
Yeah. So I think they made it strong enough that fourth wall effect...
We don't need that.
That doesn't need to be there.
No, it doesn't.
And actually, just so you guys know, we've talked about it before, and I want to clarify. Bat Squatch, where if you drive to the game, the only way you can track them is if you drive to the game. Because that's a non-item, you actually just ignore that fourth wall effect. So you could play Bat Squatch at a tournament in the same way you could totally play this card at a tournament. You just wouldn't get that automatic 100 life point recovery.
That makes sense. The Fest of Growing Old looms over all casters.
The fear of growing old.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The fest, I was thinking, what is that?
You said it confidently, though.
Well, I say a lot of things confidently that I don't know what I'm saying. So, yep. Yes. Growing old looms over all casters. Some fight tirelessly for just a single drop of fountain everlasting. Of the fountain everlasting. You get it. Or you
Let's get to the last one.
Here we go, guys. We have made it the whole way through the rares, other than the sigils. Artifact Humanoid Token Sitter. That looks like Rose to me. 2 per spellbook. Contraction cost 2 neutral. Life points 10. Has the Fleet trait. Excellent art. I love it.
Yeah.
Busting out of the ground, the Oklahoma octopus.
Yeah, Seb crushed this.
This page costs no aura to contract if you have an adopted pet. Again, I don't think that's applying, guys. Beastie Babysit. Once per turn, spend X neutral aura. Create a pet token. XLP, neutral beastie, with an X damage attack where X is 5 times the neutral aura you spent. Awaken this artifact. Each caster may use this artifact's power on their turn.
Yeah, so this is an artifact humanoid. Like Potion Seller, this isn't a beastie. So it can't attack, it can't be declared as a defender, but it has an effect that both casters can use, and this one creates token beasties.
I like it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love Potion Seller. Okay, let's just take a real quick peek at the sigils. We won't read them all, but I'm just curious what they are in general.
They're pretty cool.
Artifact Sigil. Living Earth Sigil. 2 per spellbook. Contraction cost 1 neutral. 2 forest. Life point 60. Has the Convert trait, so you can fatigue it to generate a forest aura. Love the art.
Yeah.
Arena. If Forest Terra is active, this artifact has regen. If Swamp is active, this artifact has Stone Skin. If both Forest and Swamp are active, you may fatigue this artifact to have all non-token beasties you control gain +10 life points and +10 attack damage. That's not until the end of turn. That's permanently gaining.
Gain. Yeah, that's gain.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So this page does not have an attack but they still say strong against, just because that's just what they do.
They put that on all the pages of the type. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. We could have a page at some point that makes this thing attack. You know, it's not there at the moment. Wild sigils like those were left by the casters long ago, but for what purpose and who did they intend to use them? Okay, one more peek at one more sigil just so I get an idea. The Starlight Sigil, contraction cost 1 neutral, 2 cosmic life points 60, also has convert. Arena, if stars is active, whenever an effect looks at or reveals any number of pages on top of your spellbook, you may look at the bottom of your spellbook instead. If daytime is active, whenever a page you control recovers LP, it recovers 10 LP. If stars and daytime are active, terra bonuses for pages you control are doubled.
Yep. We're going to think about how that could play in with the bottom of the spellbook. How many of the cosmic cards we've seen, you look at the top, you put them on the bottom of your spellbook. So if you knew it was on the bottom, then you could use the sigil and just re-access that effect.
That's incredible. We're reading all these sigils, and that's when we're going to wrap.
Okay.
Artifact, sigil, midnight, lake, sigil, 2 per spellbook, same contraction cost, that 1 neutral, 2 dark, life points 60, has the convert as well. Destroyed. If full moon is active, target caster places a page of their choice from their chapter into their limbo. If river is active, bookmark 1. Now, lake maybe? Or is that river? Because river looks like a duck, and lake looks like an
eagle.
Yeah.
Like a profile of an eagle flying. Yeah, I think that's lake.
If full moon and lake are active, you may fatigue this artifact to destroy it. Then each caster destroys a beastie they control. Nice. Okay, cool. I like that. Yep. Alternate protection.
Right now, the one I'm most excited about is the forest one, but this one also is pretty dope.
Frozen Spirit Sigil, contraction cost 1 neutral, 2 frost, life points 60 as well. Convert, 2 per spellbook. Love the art. Arena. If
I don't know what that is.
See, what are we talking about? You can see and you can't see.
That's a new one.
Clouds, I don't know. Ink blot, whatever you think it is. Beasties with death touch, right? Because that's grim.
Beasties with spirit.
Beasties with spirit. Okay. My goodness. Cannot be affected by status effects. If winter is active, whenever a frozen counter is removed from a beastie, that beastie loses 10 life points. If
blank and winter are active, place destroyed beasties into the afterlife. Now, this is cool because we're getting a lot of frost spirit synergy in the set. I'm assuming that has to be some sort of spirit-based terra, perhaps one that we haven't seen yet, which is why we don't really recognize. Oh, it could be smoke, right? Fog. It's fog. It's got to be. If fog is active, beasties with spirit cannot be affected by status effects. If winter is active, whenever frozen counters removed from beastie, it loses 10
You don't think they'd ever consider like just putting the word fog in capitals, do you? And like,
I don't think they would.
You know?
I don't think they would.
Okay.
Yep. They really want to use the symbols.
And I like it. I don't like that I can't tell all the time.
All right, last sigil.
Maybe it's just me. Scorching Rod Sigil, 1 neutral. 2 lightning, life point 60, 2 per spellbook, has convert. Gorgeous hollow. Love this stuff. I love how they patterned the hollow. They push it beyond just, it's reflective or it's rainbow.
Right.
Like a simple symbol like this with the right hollowing and like the tree growing out of the background and the shadow. It's just so gorgeous. Sick. Arena. If
ground
is active, you may inflict
paralyze
on target beastie at the end of your turn. If desert is active, target beastie is dealt 25 damage and is inflicted with burn. At the end of your turn, if ground and desert are active, you may choose the coin flip or die roll of a paralyzation and burn from this artifact.
And that happens at the end of your turn every time. So every time your turn's over, you get to inflict paralyze, you get to deal damage, potentially you get to choose the flip for paralyze and the damage for burn. I mean, it's definitely pretty awesome.
Well, okay, you get to choose the damage. I mean, why does it say you get to choose? Why would you ever not paralyze or burn?
When you inflict paralyze, you have to flip a coin to see if the beastie's paralyzed.
Right, but what about the word automatically that we talked about earlier? Why aren't they just saying it's automatically?
They don't want it to be automatic.
Because
they want
you can inflict it on your own beastie. Is that why?
Yeah, because it's not may. It's, you may inflict paralyze, but the second effect If it's active, target beastie is dealt 25 damage and is inflicted with burn at the end of your turn. So you might potentially be forced to inflict your own beastie with burn, in which case you could choose to not do that.
Got it. No, you're right. Of course. So I took care of all your beasties, and I still have beasties, and this artifact is still in the arena. It's going to start, or this sigil, is it an artifact? It must be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's going to start affecting my beasties unless I get rid of it, and I can't target my own artifacts with attacks.
Right.
So I would then be choosing the lesser of two evils depending on what type of play style I wanted between paralyze and burn.
Right.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, I think I would just go for that one burn and pass the turn, so it would just be removed.
Yeah, and I wonder if you could even pick 0. I wonder if you could pick 0 for the, well, there's not 0 on a dice, so I guess you couldn't.
We are almost done. We have a few more sigils left.
These aren't sigils.
They're not?
No, these are the artifact essences.
Starlight Bloom. You may fatigue this artifact at any time to generate 1 light and 1 cosmic. You may not control more than 2 artifact essences. All right, so we already know these. They're just giving us alternate aura types, which means we may actually have a viable spellbook with more than 1 aura.
Well, if anyone's going to figure it out, it'll be you. And I'll be here with my single aura, although I'm very tempted by some of these combinations, specifically this one, Haunted Terra. I'm very tempted by the Spirit Frost combination because that sigil is too good. If my Frost beasties can't be inflicted, or if my Spirit beasties can't be inflicted with status effects, period, that's crazy. That's crazy good. And that's what the Frost sigil does.
That's adorable. We're not moving on to the others.
Nope.
Love it. Amazing. Looking so forward to Wilderness.
Yeah.
Wow. One of our longest videos.
This was a long one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know we bantered a lot, but we really just wanted to look through these rares and try to like break them down. And he had never seen them before, so I know a lot of them were kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah, and maybe if you guys like this, you know, let us know. We'll continue on with the other cards in the set if you really want to see it, like the uncommons and commons and all that.
There's some stuff to see. There's a potion counter spell, or a potion counter potion.
There's a potion counter?
Yeah,
like a counter spell for potions?
There's a 0-cost potion that you may contract after an opposing player contracts a potion, and that potion doesn't resolve, and no potions with that name can resolve till the end of turn. You can have 10 per spell book. So Smoky Spirits, Lightning in a Bottle, are over.
You know what?
Might be over.
That just got me most excited out of all of these pages because that completely re-gears like my idea of what a spellbook is.
Yeah.
God damn, I love this game.
I read that and got giddy earlier. I was like, goodbye, motherfuckers, with all your smoky spirits.
Thank you to everyone who has been watching. Thank you to all the MetaZoo crew who's been making this game. Should have said that at the beginning, but seriously, it's just getting better. It's such a special time to be part of this. Yeah. Totally grateful and can't wait to get gaming again because we haven't gamed since you got back. And today was just a catch up. And tomorrow we will be back to our regular schedule of playing games every day for you guys. And like I said, we'll have an illustrated novel, the last page of chapter 1 coming up in the next week here. Really appreciate it, guys. If you happen to be shopping at Channel Fireball, you made it this far and you feel like supporting us, a great way to do that is to use the code MetaBroz with a Z at checkout.
Absolutely. And if you'd like to support my brother and I and our content and channel more directly, you can go to patreon.com/MetaBroz with a Z. So much love to our patrons. Shout out to all the new patrons who signed up. I saw we got 4 or 5 in this past week. That's crazy, guys. You're amazing. We got the merch and the playmats and all that stuff headed to you guys. So they'll be showing up pretty soon and we love you.
Technically, we still have some giveaways to do for the month of February. We haven't done them yet, but we will on camera this week.
Our top tiers and stuff, the auto winners, all that stuff's headed your way.
Automatically always get it right away. And we'll be doing some raffles later this week. Thanks again, guys, and we will see you next time on
MetaBroz.
Later, guys.
See you guys.